Hi, I'm Nancy.
I'm surprised they let you into the hotel dressed like that. The manager can usually spot an intellectual.
I have my ways.
Shall we begin?
I think we should start by approaching Billy Budd as Melville's justification of the ways of God to man. N'est-ce pas?
Interestingly, though, not in a Miltonian sense.
No. Paradise Lost lacked the substructure of pessimism, a sort of preconceived analysis, if you will.
Say it again.
Preconceived analysis.
Oh, yes, yes, you're right. Oh, God, you're right.
I think Melville reaffirmed the virtues of innocence in a naive yet sophisticated sense, wouldn't you agree?
Only through a Gouillard understanding of genre as an invitation to form.
Perhaps. Though, not in a Tolstoyan sense. War and Peace fails to structure itself around the boundaries of the novel. It is not a novel, even less is it a poem, and still less a historical chronicle. War and Peace is what the author wished to express and was able to express in the form in which it is expressed. His words. Anarchic?
Traditional, I would say. Anarchy is the only structural tradition for a novel.
Go on.
Well, it's a Lukácsian interpretation, isn't it? Irony is the only underlying substructure that holds together the entire novelistic tradition. I mean, it's the Burmanian principle of creative destruction, modernity.
Yes, yes, of course. I see it now.
The very act of composition is contradictory. Art attempting to be life, but at the same time imposing meaning, structure, and form upon it. Interpretation, symbolism, dreams.
Yes, yes, of course. I see it now, baby. It was staring me right in the face.
Takes a sharp mind.
Brilliance, brilliance. An all-powerful mind, just waiting to fill anything, anybody. Oh, Kaiser, you have impeccable taste.
She was barely 18, but she had already developed the hardened facilities of a pseudo-intellectual. She thought she had all the right moves to please a man. But I had her questioning that.
Thanks, honey.
There's plenty more where that came from.
What are you trying to say?
What if I wanted to have a party?
Like what kind of party?
What if I wanted Noam Chomsky explained to me by two girls?
Oh, wow.
Well, if you'd rather forget.
You'd have to speak to Flossie. It'll cost you.
This is a bust.
What? Oh, no.
I'm Fuzz Sugar, and discussing Melville for money is an 802. You can do time.
Oh, you louse!
Better come clean, baby, or you'll be telling your story down at the chief inspector's office. And he's not going to be too happy about it. It all came pouring out. Central Park West upbringing, liberal arts education, socialist summer camps. She was every girl you saw waiting in line at the Ritz or the Four Seasons, penciling the words, yes, very true, into the margin of some book on Marx. But somewhere along the line, she took a wrong turn.
Don't turn me in, Kaiser. I needed the money to complete my master's. I've been rejected for a grant. Twice. Oh God, I needed cash. A friend of mine said she knew a married guy whose wife wasn't very profound. I said, sure, for a price I'd talk Shelley with him. I was nervous at first. I faked a lot of it. Oh God, I've been busted before. I got caught reading Shakespeare in a parked car, and once I got stopped in Mr. Tanglewood once more, and I'm a 3-time loser.
And take me to Flossie, Floozy.
The Hunter College bookstore's the front. Like all those bookie joints that have barbershops outside for show, you'll see.
Okay, Sugar. You're off the hook. But don't leave town.
I can get you pictures of Sylvia Plath reading.
Some other time.
help you, sir?
Well, I'm looking for a critical history of English literature. The day cheese version. I hear the author had several gold leaf copies printed out for friends.
Oh, let me check. We have a direct line to the author's house.
Nancy sent me.
Oh, in that case, go right on back.
I walked into that room and spoke to those girls. I realized it wasn't just intellectual experiences they were peddling, but emotional ones too.
For $100, I'd lend him my Vivaldi records, have dinner, and let him watch while I had a panic attack.
For 300, they get to watch BBC with my twin sister, help us write a one-act play, rehearse it, and pretend to have epiphanies as directors.
For $1,000, I pose as a Jewish brunette, flirt with my client at the Museum of Modern Art. Let him read my PhD dissertation, stage a quarrel over lunch over Freud's conception of women, and then fake a suicide of his choosing.
A perfect evening for some guys.
Kaiser? Flossie! Kaiser! Flossie! God, oh, you win! Like you always do. What happened to you, Flossie? What happened? What happened to your long, blonde hair? I devised a complicated scheme to take over the New York Review of Books, but it meant I'd have to pass for Arundhati Roy. So I went to Mexico for an operation. There's a doctor in Juarez who gives you Roy's features for the price. But something went terribly wrong, Kaiser. I came out looking like Queen Latifah. With Gene Kelly's voice. And that's when I started working the other side of the law. I'm so sorry, I had no idea. But where did you go, Flossie? I woke up one morning. I couldn't feel your hairy legs rubbing up against mine. That sweet smell of whiskey, sour cream, and French fries had disappeared. No more sheets stained with your sweat. No more bathroom walls stained with your spit. Where did you go, Flossie?